Speaking of a star, what did you make of the young future L.A. Laker and Devin Booker and the 32 points he put up against his future team, the L.A. Lakers?
Well, the first playoff game of his career, with Anthony Davis and LeBron James on the floor, Devin Booker was the best player. And that's not something we expected to see. And so let's give credit where credit is due. We've been calling this guy a star, and he keeps reminding us that it's not hyperbole. He is legit. He's big time. He's the real deal. Having said all of that, Anthony Davis has openly admitted it might have been one of, if not his worst performance. I mean, not only did he stink up the joint, but also he got outplayed by Deandre Ayton. Deandre Ayton looked stronger. DeAndre Ayton looked like the better big man yesterday, and it was his first playoff game. And you're Anthony Davis. You're not some senior citizen. You're big time, when healthy, one of the top 5 players on the planet who, by the way, okay, is going up against a dude that plays your position and looked stronger. He looked more active. He looked more ready. Anthony Davis got thoroughly outplayed by basically a puppy on a playoff level in DeAndre Ayton. He knows better, and I expect him to make amends in game 2 because he has to.
Steven, let me ask you about Giannis Antetokounmpo, and at the end of that game between the Bucks and the Heat, and it took Chris Middleton to make the big shot for them to get that win, but a lot of talk about Giannis at the free throw line, the violation, the inability to make the free throws, and
the 10-second violation.
And what we're learning about him in crunch time. I mean, are we just realizing that this is a superstar that definitely has his limitations? Jay compares him to Shaq. Would you make that same comparison?
Well, listen, here's the deal. Here's the bottom line, guys. When I think about this subject, I will openly confess I get thoroughly annoyed. And the reason why is because it reminds me of the basketball ignorance of a guy by the name of Max Kellerman, who literally had on a Thursday called Giannis Antetokounmpo the greatest player on the planet a year and a half ago on a Thursday. And then by that Monday, he had him as number 5. And so, to me, it makes no sense, and it just reminds me of the fact that this man shouldn't be allowed to talk basketball with me. But nevertheless, that's neither here nor there. Here's the bottom line. Giannis Antetokounmpo is a phenomenal athlete and basketball player who really is not a reliable shooter. And when you don't have a reliable perimeter game come postseason time, which Jay Williams would tell you, and Alan, you know this from covering the game all of these years, defenses get back. They force you into half-court sets come playoff time. And what they do at that particular moment in time is dare you to make perimeter shots. Now, the Steph Curry's, Trae Youngs of the world don't have to do that because everybody knows what they bring to the table. But if you have any kind of questionable perimeter game, they're going to challenge you to make those shots because they're going to keep a body in front of you at all times. And when they do that to the Greek Freak, it compromises him. Mm-hmm. And that's why Middleton was so important. That's why he's deemed so important. That's why the pickup of Drew Holiday was so important because you know that when crunch time arrives and you need a shot from beyond 10 feet, it's going to have to be someone other than the Greek Freak in order to deliver the goods for you for the Milwaukee Bucks. That's the bottom line.
Stephen A., does that shot going in by Chris Middleton, does that make you believe in the Bucks that Chris Middleton can be that guy for them moving forward to win a championship?
It does. It does, because I don't think that everybody will require Milwaukee to be in that situation. Some of the great teams like a Brooklyn might require that or whatever, but that's the reason why I never put Giannis in the class of a KD, of a LeBron, and others, because I'm like, you got to be able to make that shot. And he has yet to show us that's something he can do. And so that's where I'm at with that. That's how I feel about it. And I just think that Chris Middleton, he's a damn good player. He's a damn good player. And if he's going to make shots like that, then guess what? Milwaukee can win it all. But we have to understand, he'll need to do it. Stop looking for the Greek Freak to be the one to make the clutch perimeter shot for you at money time. That's not him. He's the guy that can dominate for you for the first 46 minutes of a game. But those last two, when they getting back on defense, when fast breaks are not giving up, and you're in a half-court setting, and they're going to force you to show what you can do from a half-court perspective, it's going to have to be Middleton. It's not going to be the Greek Freak, and everybody needs to remember that.
The most important.
You see, Alan, that's why I call him a skinny wing version of Shaq.
I get the comparison. It just shows you also just how important the supporting cast is going to be for Giannis and whether or not they can actually win a championship in Milwaukee. Stephen A., always great to talk to you. Great stuff today. Thank you.